In this video, we will be learning about the various methods of selecting an employee into an organization. This employee selection method can be simple or can also be complicated, and it includes a number of steps starting from screening the candidates till handing over the candidates to the organization. So what is the selection that we are going to learn about? So it is nothing but a process of choosing the most suitable person for the vacant position in the organization. The definition of selection is given in simple words by Dale Yonder and by David and Robinson. So Dale Yonder has said that selection is a process in which the candidates for employment are divided into two classes: those who are to be offered an employment and those who are not. Whereas David and Robinson has said that selection is a managerial decision-making process as to predict which job applicant will be successful if hired. So now what you can see, the steps in which employee selection process takes place. It starts with scrutinizing, secondly interviewing the candidate, thirdly is physical examination, that is to check the reference, fourth is the approval of the candidate, fifth is the final selection process, and sixth is the contract of the employment, that is letting the candidate a job. So we will be dealing with all these steps in detail. So first one is application blank. So application blank is where most of the organization, let it to be public or private, issue their own formatted application forms where the candidates has to fill up their details, or the candidates are asked to download the applications from the official website of the organization. So if the candidate is going to be a fresh one, he is asked to fill in the details into the organization application format at the venue of the organization. So secondly is scrutinizing the employees. So according to the requirement of the company, the various details given by the candidates are scrutinized, that is gone through and shortlisted, as all the candidates cannot be given a job. So this process cannot be done by the recruitment agencies. Therefore, the selection committee evolves itself with certain criteria to shortlist the candidates like age, qualification, etc. Thirdly is the selection test. So various tests are conducted to check and see whether he or she is qualified for the job. Two main tests are ability and personality test. So ability test is designed to find the candidate's cognitive functioning in a specific area. So this test is given exclusively find the suitability of the candidates for the given role. So first in the ability test is the aptitude test. So the aptitude test helps to find out whether the candidate possesses the qualities suitable for the job and helps in predicting his future performance. Aptitude tests can be measured in the following ways. So there are 10 ways in which an aptitude test can be measured. Firstly is a numerical reasoning test. So it measures the candidate's ability to make correct decision using the numerical data given by the organization. Secondly is a verbal test. So verbal testing in simple is where the candidate is able to understand, that is read and understand the written context and arrive at a decision. Thirdly is inductive reasoning. So this is to seek the problem solving ability and the extent of applying the logical reasoning of the candidate. Fourthly is mechanical reasoning test. So this is exclusively for engineering applicants to test their ability in the engineering concepts when they practice it. Fifth is diagrammatic reasoning test. So the candidate's ability to understand the diagrammatic representation like shapes, graphs, and to apply them to a new sample. Next is the spatial reasoning test. So to measure the candidate's manipulating capacity and to find out the pattern or the sequence of the shapes is the spatial reasoning test. Seventh is the situational judgment test. So this test his or her judgment capacity during a critical situation. Eighth point is mental arithmetic ability. So this is to test the candidate's ability of mathematical calculation like addition and subtraction. Ninth is the vocabulary test. So to test the candidate's fluency in the language. Lastly is the number sequence pattern test to test the candidate's ability to find the sequence or pattern in numbers and find a logical reasoning in the pattern.